This is Outside the Round with Matt Burrill, a Rowdy podcast.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Outside the Round with me, Matt Burrill. Shout out to our friends from Surfside. Be sure to like, rate, subscribe. Tell your mama and them, as they like to say down here in the South. We got a good friend with us today from one of my favorite states in America. I don't know if we've talked about this. You're an Oklahoma girl. We got Gracee Shriver hanging out with us. How you been?
I've been great. How have you been?
Been good. Been busy. We were talking about it a little bit. How was your CMA Fest?
It was insane. I think we were running on 3 hours of sleep the whole time, but it was awesome.
What all did they have you doing?
Yeah, so I played around over there, and then I did media stuff, and we went to Nissan 2 nights. Took some tequila shots with Dan and Shay at Red Door.
Ooh.
So it was a whole, thing, but we caught up on sleep on Monday, so it was good.
That's good. Were you there for the FGL reunion?
Yes. And so we went out all of those nights, and then we got to see Lainey. We got to see all of them. So it was awesome. Zach Top, and it was great.
Now, you've been here in town for a little while, right? So that wasn't your first CMA Fest. How long have you been here now?
So I've been here about 5 years. Okay. I graduated from Belmont, into 2023, into 24.
Yeah.
And so then I just kept on trucking along, and I got to have my CMA Fest debut last year. So this year was fun to get to go back.
Yeah, and I've heard I left town for CMA Fest this year just because we've been so busy with festivals. Had a little family reunion and some stuff to take care of. But everyone that I've talked to said that this year's CMA Fest was just absurd.
It was insanity, and it was hot, which it always is kind of hot.
But I'd rather it be hot than raining.
True.
Because you've been here long enough. Do you remember years? I think it was last year.
It all rained out.
Yeah, where it's like, what do you do? And we've seen that with festivals. Last time you and I were together was at Rock the Country in Texas, and we were hanging in the catering area, and we were just up the creek without a paddle, and literally it was like a creek out there.
It was insanity. We got the muck boots from Walmart.
Yeah, we stopped off and got Ike those boots too, but yeah, I mean, I saw Waka Flocka was there, and Fetty Wap was there.
It was a blast. We did. Do you know who Craig Campbell? He did a whole cornhole tournament.
Yeah.
So we got to play the celebrity cornhole tournament with Waka Flocka.
Wow. Who were you teamed up with?
So we all had random fan partners that they bid on us.
Okay.
And so that was kind of fun. And then I didn't do the best. I'm not gonna lie, but I beat out Chuck Wicks one of the rounds.
Ooh, all right.
I was like, there you go, Chuck.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, he was cracking me up. So yeah, I got to meet Waka Flocka, and he was just a doll, and he's such a massive human.
He's a big dude.
Oh my goodness, I'm a tall girl,
yes.
and I was standing next to him this is crazy. So it was fun. It was a good time.
That's awesome. That was over at the place
6th and Peabody.
It's got 3 names. It could be 6th and Peabody, it could be Yeehaw Brewing, or it can be Old Smoky Distillery. It's all 3 things. It's you can alternate whatever day. But I'm glad CMA Fest went well for you.
It was so much fun, and I feel like it's the Super Bowl of country music.
Yeah,
you get in and then you sleep the next day.
Yeah, and the fact that you just put out a new song right around CMA Fest had to be fun too, to be able to interact with fans and get to promote that through the biggest week of music promotion that we have here in Nashville. Yeah. Talk about Miss the Boat.
I know. So I wrote that with one of my friends, Callie Prince, that you know really well.
Love Callie.
We love Callie. And then McCall Chapin and Sarah Killian. And so we were floating on a dock at a writer's retreat. And my sister has this hat that says, "I only date guys with boats." And so we were kind of talking about it, making fun of her.
Yeah.
She's a moron. And then we went in, and this boat full of guys went by. And I want to say it was Sarah that was laughing about him. And she was like, "The only thing I'd miss about them is their boat." And so we wrote a song about it, because I feel like everyone needs a summer song.
Yes, very much.
So, and I don't know, did you grow up on a lake?
So, growing up in New York, it's we would have the Jersey Shore to go down to, the Jim Tan Laundry. I mean, there's some areas that aren't. It's slightly, I guess, bougier, but we would go to lakes and stuff too, and the upstate. Yeah, there's nothing like a lake, cracking a surf side, and just floating along,
Yes. I was 4 years old in my pair of skis. My dad was he was kind of a hard head on that. He was like, "You will learn to ski before you do anything else."
Wait, you were 4 doing behind the boat skiing?
Oh, heck yeah. I'm in my little life jacket and all my pictures. So he had me out there behind the boat, and we just grew up on Grand Lake in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been there. But yeah, I grew up doing that. I was a lake rat. So we had to have a boat song.
Yeah, no, you got to have that for sure.
Yes.
And I love, like I said at the Open, Oklahoma is one of my favorite states.
Yes.
And to me, it is so underrated when people talk about the history of American music and country music specifically.
Yes.
Where you have, everybody talks about red dirt. They love red dirt. And you can't talk about that without talking about Stillwater, Oklahoma.
I know.
It's the birthplace.
Exactly. I was born in Stillwater. So all my family were like, go Pokes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know we were kind of talking about that on the drive in here. It's like all the greats, Carrie, Reba, Toby, Garth, like Vince, they all came.
Yeah, and even the
from
folks that are
Oklahoma.
more out in that stayed more out in that world.
Yeah, like Turnpike.
Turnpike, Cross Canadian Ragweed, The Great Divide.
Yes.
And now modernly, like Wyatt Flores, Zach Bryant,
Yeah.
Gracee Shriver. So
Exactly.
many great people coming out of Oklahoma.
Everyone's like Gracee, yeah, I know. But yeah, it's crazy. It's kind of big shoes to fill, I feel.
Yeah.
I've like messaged with Wyatt a little bit and stuff. And I was born in Stillwater. He was from like Morrison area, which is, right next door. And so I was lucky to be able to grow up going to like Calf Fry. And did you ever go to Calf
So
Fry?
I hosted it last year.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Did you eat calf fries?
Yes, and it was actually delicious. For those that don't know,
Yes.
describe what a calf fry is. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm interested to hear your
Yeah.
perspective of it.
So it's a calf testicle,
Yeah.
chopped up and fried. It's actually delicious. You dip them in ranch.
It was like a Chipotle ranch. I forget the name. They were calling them the place. I think it was like a food truck that Carrie and the team at Tumbleweed had. And it was, I forget the name of the food truck, but like I have a bunch of shirts that have like cat fry stuff, and yeah, it was really good. Like I ate it all 4 days that I was there.
Yeah,
like
they're not bad.
Like I ate it by choice.
Yeah, and they're sliced pretty thin, you know.
Yeah.
So if you don't think about it, you're like, okay. Which
It's like eating calamari.
oh, exactly.
It's not much of a different texture from like a calamari or like an octopus. And you dip anything in ranch, it's going to taste
You
good.
smother it in ranch, it's fried. You can't really taste it anyway.
Yeah. So you grew up going to that festival. So who do you remember
Yes.
seeing there?
Oh my gosh. We saw a ton of people. We also saw Riley Green. That was on his earlier end
Yeah.
too. I've seen Caitlin Butts. She was there.
Yep.
I've opened for her a few times. Now she's blowing up.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of guys like that. And I mean, even like there were so many. I've seen Turnpike do stuff there as well. They've also just like blown up in
Yeah.
all of their stuff. So it's been cool to like go back. Lainey Wilson, I also saw at Tumbleweeds back in the day.
Yeah.
And that's crazy too, isn't it? That it's like 1 second they're in like Tumbleweeds, and then the next second they're just filling freaking Nissan Stadium.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and that to me is something like growing up in New York, we'd have a lot. Like New York City has a ton of music venues. We don't get a ton of country. There was some, like I've gotten to see and do some cool things up there, but in Oklahoma, there's not a ton to do. And people but because of that,
Yeah.
when someone comes through and is playing a show, it's a big deal. Like
Massive.
Like Ronnie Dunn says, big time and in a small town. And the song
Exactly.
Hillbilly Deluxe, there's something to that, to pulling up to Stillwater or going behind enemy lines in the Norman or going to Tulsa or even down to Eufaula or
Yeah.
wherever in Oklahoma, like OKC. It's a big deal when there's a show there.
For sure.
And the fact that you guys can claim that Garth was a bouncer at Tumbleweed
I
and
know.
met his ex-wife there and all that. I know you have some history with Garth, right?
Yes, it was actually funny because one of my first shows I ever did. So I started doing this when I was like 9. You know,
Your parents just had you doing all kinds of stuff as a kid, didn't
oh my
they?
gosh, my mom, like, bless them. And I was the one kind of dragging them around, but they were all in, right? They were
Yeah.
like, if she wants to do this, heck, we're going to load up the car or to get on the road. So I was playing whatever. And there was a frozen yogurt shop in town called Cherry Berry. I don't know if y'all ever.
Cherry Berry.
Cherry Berry. And I loaded my frozen yogurt bowl up, you know, I was waiting for my turn. I sang whatever, I don't know, probably some Selena Gomez song or something. I was like 9. And I look out in the crowd and it was Garth Brooks. And when you're 9, 10 years old, like you're like, cool, Garth Brooks. But I grew up in Owasso, Oklahoma. And you know Allie.
Yep.
And they all grew up in Owasso. So I was used to being around him. You know, now you get out of it and you're like, okay. Like you see like the success of it
Yeah.
all. But back then I remember my mom like crying. She was so proud of me. And Garth is like hugging her. He's like, Mama, she did so good. And I'm like, oh gosh, that scars me now. He was there for that.
Yeah.
So he's been awesome. When I came to Belmont, I actually had like my first stalker situation after The Voice. And so he got like his legal team involved for me. And I laugh because whenever you do those games, it's like, who's the most famous person in your contacts? I'm like, Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
So he's great.
Yeah, and that's the thing is somebody that's at the level that he's at and someone that's etched into country music history.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be that way to a
No.
young girl that's pursuing her dream that happens to be growing up with his kids.
Exactly.
You know, like it takes a special person to want to be there for someone else that is a young
Yes.
Oklahoma artist.
For sure. Yeah, I've always like, he was so, you know, like he would give me advice on music stuff. And then even Allie, like she's been a sweetheart since moving
What
here
a G too. Like
I-
I love Allie. Her vibe of just I'm Allie Colleen. I'm gonna do what the hell I want to do.
Exactly.
And I
And
respect that so much.
I respect her too, like in her dad's footsteps. Like I mean, people might be like, oh, like her dad has all these connections, but I feel like it's almost harder sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, and so she's just done an awesome job of like breaking, doing her own thing. And yeah, they've been great mentors for me. And I'm sure they look back and they're like, who's this kid? Like that follows us around. But they've been so sweet. So I've appreciated them.
Yeah. So you were on TV and got to do The Voice, right?
Yes. Yeah. So I did that in like 2019. It was my senior year of high school.
Wow.
Into 2020. Yeah. So I was the COVID kid, whatever.
COVID kid.
I was the COVID kid, you know. They all have their sob stories about it. I hated high school, so I was so ready to get out.
Yeah.
I was like, praise the Lord.
How many kids you graduate with? Like how small of a school we talking?
It was actually pretty big by the time I got there.
Okay.
Because a lot of Tulsa had started kind of going in. So I probably graduated with like 700.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a bigger school.
It was massive.
But it was people from a bigger area, like
Yes.
So everybody was kind of spread out on where they were from, but you guys
Yes.
all had the one high school.
Exactly. And I feel like that I wished I would have gone to a smaller one sometimes because you get kind of lost when it's that big.
Yeah.
Especially going from a school that big to Belmont, it was like no transition.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Belmont's like a big high school.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I did all that and then went on Kelly Clarkson's team, was on Blake Shelton's team, and then it came to town, started hitting the ground running.
Yeah. What just that experience. So where do they film that show? Is that out in LA?
Yes. So it was in LA. My mom and I was a minor technically. So my mom and I lived in a hotel for like 8 months.
Wow.
Yes. A hotel room together, which were besties. But, you know, like the oldest daughter with their mom, like you have your moments of,
Yeah.
I'm sure she wanted to like.
And in such a foreign
Whack me.
place in Los Angeles.
Exactly.
While you're in high school where you're like, let me fly, guys. Let me fly. You want to
Exactly.
get out of the nest. But I mean, God bless her for being there and going through that experience with you.
Amazing. Yeah, I know. From Oklahoma to LA, like big shift.
Yeah.
But it was great. You know, I definitely feel like it was a crash course in the industry early on.
Yeah.
I mean, every night you're doing live television, have 11 million plus people watching you. And there's a chance you're getting kicked off. And, you know, 16, 17 years old, you're dealing with the good parts of it and then the hate that comes with it. And
Yeah.
it just kind of prepares you. And I remember getting on the flight. It was so funny. I got kicked off on like a Tuesday in the live shows. And then by Thursday, I was back at high school, which is weird. And my mom was like, do you still want to do this? And I was like, I have never wanted to do it more. Like it just like created this
Yeah.
thing of like, yes, this is it for me. So came out here.
And that's the one with the blind auditions, right? So is that what's the anxiety like if you're singing, the crowd's
Yes.
looking at you, but the judges aren't?
I know. So that one, yeah. So that was like the first round. And so I was like top 16 on that. So I made it to the live shows, but the blinds were crazy.
Yeah. What did you sing?
For the blind auditions,
Yeah.
they gave me Rainbow by Casey Musgraves.
Oh.
Which I had at that time never heard that song.
Yeah.
And my voice is so different than Casey
Yeah.
Musgraves.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, great song. But I was like, okay. So I just learned it, you know, did it out there. It's very television.
Yeah.
So like there's a reason they picked that song
Yeah.
or whatever. But yeah, I sang it. Sounded nothing like Casey, but ended up getting chair turns. So kept on pushing through.
That's awesome. And then, so how old were you when you came? So it was like that happened, and then you decided for college you really want to do this. So you come to the
Yeah.
mecca of it, which is right here in Nashville.
Yeah, so I moved here at 17, got an apartment out here. It was in 2020. And so I was just a new nobody, but I was like, I'm just going to go to rounds. And I'm pretty sure one of my first rounds I played was with y'all.
Yep.
Over at the
Live
local
Oak.
or Live Oak? Live Oak.
I miss those Live Oak days so
my
much.
gosh.
And the caliber of folks, including yourself, that moved here in that time, the COVID kids, as you were saying earlier,
Yes.
because that was when nobody was able to be on the road.
Yeah.
It was a weird time, and the folks that were moving. Like I remember when you first played. Forget if it was a Tuesday with me or Sunday with Nick. I think it might have been a Sunday with Nick.
I think it was with Nick.
I think it was a Sunday with Nicky T. Which those OG Rowdy on the Roads were so much fun.
So much fun.
And it's like that was when like we started to see the Ella thing happen. That was when Megan Maroney first moved. That was when Bailey first moved here. Like Old 60 was starting to bubble up a little later than that. So it's like that time we were fortunate to be in Nashville to where 2020, 2021, you guys could still perform in front of people and we could still have folks on our stage.
Yes, it was so much fun. I remember like starting those and I would carry, I wasn't old enough to get into those places.
Yeah.
So everywhere I'd go, I'd just carry my guitar and they'd be like, "You're playing?" And I'm like, "Yeah," even if I wasn't.
Yeah.
And just go set it down in the corner.
That's the trick. If you're underage and you're wanting to get out and network, don't pick up an alcoholic beverage. Don't do anything stupid, but bring in the guitar, act like you're supposed to be there, and you could meet some of your best friends. Like you talk about Callie and some other folks that you met around that time.
Exactly. She was one of the first people I met when I came to Nashville, which she laugh about now because she's one of my best friends in the whole world. But yeah, I met her through Raise Rowdy stuff and just messaged her and brought a guitar in and kind of made the rest was history. Met Emmy Moyen through all of that stuff.
Yeah, we love Emmy.
She's precious. Met Innocent Pate. And so like all of them through that has been great.
Yeah, and you're coming up at a time where the girls are at the forefront again.
Yes.
It's been a long time. It's been too damn long. And you talked about Carrie earlier, and like you had like the Carrie Miranda, and then you had like the Kelsey Ballerinis and the Casey Musgraves, and then you had like the female fronted groups of like Lady A and Little Big Town, Thompson Square, things like that, Sugarland. And now it's like the girls are back at the top of the charts, and people are streaming like girls like yourself more than they ever have. Like,
I know.
And you talk about like you were just talking about Emmy and Callie and Aniston and being a part of a crew that is just coming up right now. That's got to be a cool feeling, huh?
It's so cool. And it's like, yeah, I mean, people can complain about different parts of the industry right now. Like, I understand all what they're talking about, but the female thing has been such a cool experience. Like you said, this just hasn't happened.
Yeah.
And I mean, people are Ella and them are breaking records of things and barriers.
Ella might go down as one of the biggest artists we ever have in the format.
And it's just insane. It's such a blessing to be a part of it. And I think like, at times in my life, I was like, why didn't this happen then? And I'm like, God opens doors at certain times.
Dude, I've been saying that. I'm not the biggest when it comes to the faith. I'm not the best practicing follower of Christ, but it's like, everything really does happen for a reason.
It happens for a reason.
It really does. Everybody's time, it might be now, it might be 5 years from now, it might have been years ago. Like, we don't know.
Exactly.
You just got to be a good person and walk through doors as they open.
Yes. And I feel like that's been so cool to watch because I'm like, okay, I get it now. Like, this is the time, and watching all of my friends and us, like, get to do these opportunities. Now, honestly, like, a lot of times, even with radio, like, they weren't playing a lot of girls, and now they are.
That's the thing. Now, with the way it's adjusted, it's a lot harder for these guys, mostly guys, but girls too, up at the top to gatekeep.
Yeah.
Like it used to be, you only had a certain number of artists that were signed to a label that would be allotted to be sold, their CDs sold in Walmart.
Yeah.
Their singles played on radio. They played the same. My friends from Country Minute just did a silly video on it where it's like they only played the same 28 songs over a 24-hour period.
Yeah.
Now with streaming, and I know the way that songwriters and musicians and artists and bands and everybody get paid is different now, but the exposure that you guys have.
Exactly.
TikTok, such a tool. You can reach 1 million people with a 30-second video.
Exactly.
It's wild. Spotify, anybody can go and check out your music anywhere in the world, anytime they want.
Yes. And so, I think all of that too, it has like its ups and downs, but that has been a blessing of it. I know a lot of opportunities have come from social media for me, which has been super cool. So I get where people are like, oh, it's exhausting, because it is. Sometimes it's exhausting because your career feels like it's based on an algorithm, but at the same time, like if you put in the work, like Emmy's honestly a great one for that. Because I was talking with her and I was like, John Kraft was telling us, I don't know if you know
I know
him.
John. I know John. I knew John BC before COVID.
Oh.
I remember 2018, 2019, fresh out of West Virginia, Johnny Kraft.
Exactly. Yeah. And he was like, hey, like y'all need to really hone it into social media. And he was kind of a big push for Emmy and I both. We were gonna write with him. And I just remember like from that day forward, we've just been grinding on it, and it's opened so many doors. And I'm sure she would say the same. So
yeah, it's like it's just as much of a muscle now that you have to work as an artist, as a songwriter, as somebody in this musical world. it's right up there as important as it is writing the songs, performing the songs, recording the songs.
Exactly.
You got to promote the songs, and it used to cost a lot of money to promote the songs. Now you can do it
For free.
You can. I mean, but it does take time, and you have to, I think, not get bogged down when you see a video do 6 figures and then the next video does like 1,200.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
know.
and that's the thing that I think a lot of people get caught up in right now is it's like, this video did so great. Why did this next one or these next 5 not do that?
Yeah, which I completely understand that. And I feel like I've had to adjust my mindset with it too. But I do think like Nick did a little video the other day and was like, now artists can like do kind of meet and greet vibe things.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's been so beneficial because like when you do a TikTok live, I mean, the amount of followers you get from even being on for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Because people get to see your personality. And like, it is about the music, but I follow people because I like their personality.
Yeah, because you enjoy the people. They're a fan of Gracee Shriver's music, but they're also fans of Gracee Shriver. They want to get together and have coffee with you, have a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Like they feel connected to you.
My Trader Joe's wine.
Your Trader Joe's?
I'm like so bad when it comes. I was laughing with Callie about this. I was like, I am not a bougie drinker. Like,
you don't have to be.
No.
It's better. It's better to do that. If it works
like
for
my
you, it works for
bottle
you.
of wine.
There you go. But yeah, how many people do you? Because I'm not as familiar. Like that's the one thing that working in the media space, like Nick and I do. I don't get on TikTok enough. Like it just kind of missed the boat for me. But I'll jump on and see that people have hundreds to thousands of people in their lives.
Yeah.
Like what do you do in a typical live?
I feel like honestly, I just play songs in chat. Like people will comment, you know, and I'll just like tell them about my day.
It's just a conversation.
It's a conversation, and it feels awkward at first because you're like, wait, I'm not talking to anybody, but you
Yeah.
are because they'll be like, hey, I love like your outfit or your hair, and then they'll be like, hey, play this song, and you play it, and then you just start talking, and by the end of it, like the other night, I was on there for 2 hours, and I got off and had like a few hundred followers just from being on there for 2 hours, you know?
Are they requesting, is there one song in the catalog they're requesting, or are you teasing like unreleased stuff and they're like, oh, I heard this one last week or last time you went live, and then it like carries over?
It's kind of like all of it, I feel like Miss the Boat, like since I was on the other night, they're all like, oh my gosh, like we were doing, you know, like we're streaming Miss the Boat, or like some of my early stuff from like right off The Voice. I had one song when I got right off the show, which I was so naive back then, and I wish I would have cherished this more. But I put my first song out, and it got on this mega playlist, okay? And it's got like, well over 1 million streams or whatever for my first song. And so people really go back to that song, which I cringe at because I'm like, I was like 17 years old. But for some reason, people like it.
Yeah.
Maybe because I wasn't overthinking things. I don't know.
Yeah, there's something about not knowing everything and just doing it. And it almost relieves the anxiety because you can't be in your head if you don't know the right or wrong way to do it, and you're just doing it.
Exactly. And I laugh and I'm like, Mom, why did I not cherish it? Because I was just like, oh yeah, like, you know, like I got like 100,000 streams my first week, like putting it out as a first single. And now I'm like, golly, that was, it was more hard to do than I thought.
But times were also a little different back then.
True.
And that's another thing I call the Nick content where he's talking about stuff. I call it like Professor Nick.
Exactly.
You know, he's doing so well with that. I tell him, I'm like, I think everybody's really paying attention. You talking about these trends, but he was talking about like how there's so many songs coming out every week, and there's a pressure on you guys as creators and creatives to get the next single out.
Yeah.
It's not album, tour the album, everybody enjoys, the album gets to have a moment, and then a year or two later, here's the next thing. It's album, and then you see like a mega artist like a Morgan or a Luke Combs or an Ella or Zach Bryan, they drop a record, and then like a week later, they're teasing the next single.
I know.
And it gets exhausting, and it gets expensive for you guys.
It's so
like
expensive.
Absurdly.
Yeah, because I mean, like you said with the streaming, until you're at a certain caliber, like it takes a while to recoup those songs, you know? And so I think like it's awesome at this, because if you really love an artist, like you're like, yeah, this is amazing. Yeah. But as the artist, I do feel like that's a piece of it that has changed that I wish was back, because like back in the day, they milked those songs. Like you saved up all your money to go watch them in concert. And it was, like you said, like a year of just touring that one thing. And I mean, like Ella dropped her album, and then like not long after dropped the duet with, you know, Morgan and them. And it's just like consistent, which I love, but I can get how it'd be exhausting. Yeah,
because I think on average right now, there's well over, I think it was like 100 to 150 songs coming out a week right now, just in country music.
That's crazy.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Like
Insane.
it's just it's like how do you break through?
How do you break through, and how do you like break through with the DSPs to
Yeah.
like get those slots? Because that's kind of how you're like getting attention nowadays
Yeah.
too. Social media and playlisting.
Yeah, it's a wild thing. So, I want to talk about Pretty Psycho that you got.
Yes.
About the new E EP.
Yeah, so my sister, like that was funny. I actually wrote that one with Callie and one of my friends, Allie Leanne.
I love Allie, by the way. She's a sweetheart.
Precious.
As an Alabama girl gets.
Exactly.
She is roll tide till the day she
I
dies.
know, which this song was funny too because so my sister went to Alabama.
Oh, nice.
We both decided to come out towards,
Oh shit!
like
It's playing music. It's playing your music. Playing "Miss the Boat."
a
Shout
stream.
out! There's a stream. There's a stream. Better pick that up, Spotify.
I got my pennies.
That was hilarious.
I did that in church the other day with my own song. I was so embarrassed.
Oh, no.
I didn't mean to. I guess for some reason it was in my purse and it started playing. And of course it's like good Patron there on my lips, and it's like a sermon's going on. I was like, okay, Lord help me, forgive me.
The Lord wanted the song to be
Literally,
played at that moment in his house. So that's totally okay.
Exactly. I felt so bad. But yeah, so my sister, we're like a year apart.
Yeah.
And I'm the older sister, so I'm a little protective.
Yeah.
And she was in a sorority. She was in Phi Mu at Bama, which is, I don't know if you know anything about the frat sorority stuff in the South, but it's insanity.
Oh, it's a different. There's the size of this building that we're in is like half the size of a Alabama or Mississippi Ole Miss sorority house.
Oh my goodness.
It's wild.
And I'm like, yeah, no wonder you guys don't want to leave because they got like a private chef. It's it's insane. So she was in there and there was some girls, and there was one in particular that just was like kind of a hoot, and she would call me and be like, oh, like she did this today or whatever, and I was in a right with both of them. And Callie,
yes.
like she's like, well, blah blah blah, like she's like talking all this trash on this girl. I'm cracking up.
Yeah.
And Allie, she's a sweetheart, and she's like, well, like she's pretty, and I was like, yeah, like we're not dogging on her looks, okay, we're dogging on her attitude.
Yeah.
And then Callie was like, pretty psycho, and so then we all started laughing about it, wrote this song from it, and then it kind of just morphed into this project. So I've always I lean towards like the fun, upbeat jams.
Yeah.
Like the fact that Florida Georgia Line is back.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my
yeah.
gosh.
We've been me, Nikki T, Brian Frazier, who runs our Butt Rock account. Like our whole crew has been manifesting that for probably the last 4 or 5 years.
Oh my
where we're
gosh.
like, we need it. And now it's here.
My year was made.
Yeah.
I was like, 2026 is secure. Yeah. So we wrote that one, and I don't know if you know Mitch Crego at all.
Yeah. Oh, I know Mitch very well.
He's awesome. And so I was showing it to him, and he was like, yeah, we could make this like really cool. And so he produced the EP, and it was kind of just a like compilation of fun, upbeat summer jams. And I was like, this is going to be roll your windows down.
Yeah, exactly. Roll your windows down. It's June. It's the time for everyone to enjoy it.
Exactly.
And I love the story of Pretty Psycho. That's awesome. And knowing Allie and knowing Callie, that makes so much sense that those are the girls you're in the room writing with.
Yes.
For that song.
If I ever have a problem, those two have my back like no other.
And you got theirs. And that's one of the
Exactly.
things that everybody asks, like, how does Nashville work? And I'm like, it's making cool stuff with your friends.
Yes.
It's finding your people and then making stuff that you guys in the room think is cool together. That's what it is.
They're the best ever. And funny stories. I feel like living life, just like, especially when you have two like funny weirdos like them.
Yeah.
It's like you come up with so much stuff just talking about dumb stuff. And, yeah.
How long did it take you to kind of find your crew in town? Because I feel like that's a huge thing, and everybody kind of remembers their moment where they're like, okay, I found my people. I'm not scared. I'm not in a foreign place. Like, this feels like home because I have my Nashville family.
I feel like, that was a big thing when I moved to town too. And I was going into these labels and things. They were like, they would preach that, find your people. And I would say it was probably like 3 years ago now that I really honed in on just like, this is my crew, like my ride or dies. We all support one another. And it does make it a little less, when you're in 8.5 hours from home, like it's nice to have those people that you can bounce stuff off of.
And to be as young as you were when you got out here. Like, you got your apartment when you were 17.
Yeah. I know. I don't know why my parents let me do that, but
well, it's because they believed in you and they have your back. And they knew you would figure it out, and they were right. You know. You're figuring this thing out as you go, and you've come a long way. But it's so important to have your folks.
Yes, yeah, and they've like all of those and guys like Mitch and like Trent Wayne, and like I don't know if you know him.
Oh,
at all.
I know that whole crew.
Oh my gosh.
S.J. McDonald was like my first friend in Nashville.
Oh, really?
Because I used to be a door guy, did security at Whiskey Row, and she was 18 going to Belmont playing at the stage. So I'd get done with my shift and I'd go watch her play, and then I'd walk her because she was a little baby back then.
Yeah.
And I'd make sure she got back, because that was when people were being weird in the parking garages and shit. This was like 2018, and I was like, I'm gonna make me and my buddies would walk her back to her car and make sure that she got safely. So she's like day one, like first week in Nashville homie. So I've gotten to know Trent Wayne and Mia Mantia and Matt Mulhare, my fellow New Yorker, like that whole crew, Mitch Craig, like that's what I love that Mitch is producing stuff.
Yes.
Because he's always had such a good ear. And I was like, what's he going to evolve into? Because now it's like the fact that he's working, like you've got a great crew in your corner.
He's awesome. I know. And I'm so blessed. Like I'm so thankful because, high school was rough for me. And I was like, peace out of here. Like I'm getting out. And come into town and the people, everyone's just so supportive.
Yeah.
And like we all do different things. Like our styles are so different, but everyone's so supportive of one another. And, Mitch kind of I had a write with him. And I just like looked at him and I was like, you're producing my stuff. Like he has that thing about him. Like he's like hip, current, like, I don't know. He's awesome. So.
Yeah, and like he's one of those guys where you sit and you kind of watch his mind work. Like he's not even saying anything, but you can tell by his facial expressions and what he's doing, like in the control room or at his like setup that he's got, and you can just see his mind's working.
1,000,000%. And he's very dry, and I'm not.
So you guys bounce yin and yang.
Yes, we are. And so I know he's like, shut the heck up sometimes because I'm back there like doing my thing, and he'll just look at me, and I'm like, hey.
He's like, Gracee, really?
Literally, I know. He's like, get out of here. But he's great. He's awesome, and his style is great. So I'm super proud of him too.
Yeah, and then you talk about how hard it is when you first move here. Do you remember the first time you really felt vulnerable in a writer's room? Because I feel like that's a huge thing. And you have Pretty Psycho coming out where it's like upbeat, like your bangers, but you've got some other songs that really cut deep. And I'm sure songs that your friends have put out that you've been a part of that cut deep. So take me back to like young Gracee, like first time feeling vulnerable, like really sharing your feelings with folks that you had just met.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few. That was the hardest thing for me because I kind of grew up like you just like suck it up type thing.
Yeah.
And so moving out here was an adjustment of being able to let people in and hoping it's not used against you even. I don't know if you've ever felt like that.
Yeah.
But like, so I think sitting in those rooms, like I have one song that's actually not released yet, but it's getting cut at the moment, and it's called Miss Independent. And that was probably one of the first times that I was like, this is how I'm feeling. And I was talking to a couple of my friends. Do you know Emma Place by chance?
I don't know.
Okay, she's a writer over there. And Kevin Monahan, he's awesome. And I was talking with them the other day, and I was like, sometimes we all go through it, but you just feel like you're like working. You're like, when's it gonna be like me, or like why did this door close? And so some of those songs, I feel like you find your people you trust, and then some tears are shed, and then some awesome song comes out of it. But I think Miss Independent was probably like the most vulnerable song I've ever written, for sure.
And is that about being an independent artist? Does
Yes.
that tie into the music story type of thing?
Kinda.
Or just in life, just kind of being a loner? What is it?
Yeah, and so it's kind of more of like the chorus is like, don't want to fall because the drop may hurt, like don't want to feel because it may not work type thing. And I feel like that's always been me. Oh, I hit that, sorry. It's like having walls up and like walking around, and my mom finally like ripped me a new one a year of being in town, and she's like, if you don't let people in, you're not going to make lifelong friends in this town. She was so right. And so it was kind of like that. And actually was writing with Callie. It was one of the first times I wrote with Callie. And I was like breaking down, and she was like, hey, it's going to be okay. And so we wrote this song, and it's both of us. So like we listen to it all the time. I was like, we've got to cut this.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. Now, what do you like doing when you're not doing music stuff? Because this industry takes up a lot of our time.
Yes.
We're on the road. We're recording stuff. You're doing media things like this. You're writing like so much. But what do you like to do in your free time?
I love, like I said, I love going out, hanging with family, going to the lake. I'm a big lake girl. I love going on jogs, like being outside, doing all that. We grew up on the water doing that kind of stuff. And also my family's super musical on my grandpa's side. Have you ever been to Silver Dollar City?
I've heard of it. I don't think I've been there.
It's in Branson. It's like
I've driven by it for sure.
okay. It's like mega like hillbilly like fun amusement park. So my great grandpa was the entertainer there.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So he was Buffalo Bud in the Horse Creek Band.
Nice.
And so I know long name. But yeah, so our family get-togethers was always like playing country music. So I think going back to Oklahoma, like going to Marland, which you've probably never been to Marland, but like going sitting out there and just playing music and going on the water, like that's just kind of brings some peace.
Do you have a lake or a river around here that you like going to? Because we have quite a bit of water around Nashville. It's not the beach. It's not the massive lakes that you have out in Oklahoma or Michigan or wherever, but there's a lot of opportunity to get on a boat here in Nashville.
Yes, and I think like, Smith Lake is kind of like it's towards Alabama, but it's like kind of the closest one we found. A lot of them aren't more like rivers.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a little different because they're spidery, and it's a little different. But yeah, we go out and my dad has brought like come up and we've gone to the lake before.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love
that. I miss it.
Yeah, it's and this time of year you I'm sure really miss it.
Yes.
This is the time you'd be out there.
Exactly. I miss the boat. Exactly.
You missed the boat. There you go. Check it out. Stream it right now.
Exactly.
So what other songs how many songs we got on the Pretty Psycho project?
So there's 5. So there's one called Miller Lite, which I'm super pumped about.
These are all fun songs. You're not kidding.
No, they're all fun.
They're all
fun. One called Sorry, Love Me When I'm Leaving, and then we have Pretty Psycho and Miss the Boat. So
Nice.
I'm pumped about it.
That's awesome. And have you put out EPs and stuff before?
This is my first EP.
So this is your first project. That's
yes.
awesome.
So singles I've been doing since 2020, but I was like, okay, I've got this compilation of songs. Like it all feels, it meshes, and it has the vibe I want. So I was like, we're doing this.
Yeah. Now talking about FGL, what was your? Because how old are you?
I'm 23.
You're 20. Okay, so you're I'm 31. So
Okay.
One of my first shows, cause I had a college radio show and I got to do a lot of cool things working in radio, which is what led me down and wanted to be on radio, but now we're doing this, it all worked out in the end.
Yeah.
But I remember, so 2012 or 2011 when Cruise comes out, you're like that was when you like started singing your Garth Froyo story.
I know. I was like when Cruise.
No, but that's awesome. So like FGL had a big impact on you.
Oh my gosh, they were amazing.
That whole era of fun. It makes sense why your first project is what it is.
Yes.
Like why Pretty Psycho is that,
That's the era we grew up in. It's like Smoke, like all of those songs, and just they were entertainers. I think like I loved going to concerts growing up when they were just all over the stage.
Yeah.
And I mean
that era was that.
It was.
Like big time.
Craziness. Like they were bouncing off things and like that was entertainment to me,
Because even like the Aldine stuff, the Luke Bryan stuff of that era, early Thomas Rhett, like the hey girl, what you got in that cup? Like it's just fun shit, Like it was the music. It was such a fun chapter.
Oh, amazing. I know early all my friends make fun of me because I'm like, I love Jason Aldean, like early Jason Aldean.
Oh yeah.
And
being an Oklahoma girl, Flyover States or Amarillo Sky, those are like red dirt era. Like if you're geographically located in the red dirt world, like he's singing about your place.
Exactly.
He's singing about flying over Oklahoma.
Flyover States is in every one of my sets.
Yeah.
I love that song. And it's kind of underrated. I feel like it's kind of one that everyone doesn't like bring up when they think of him.
But when you have like 40 number ones or whatever the hell he's got, like it happens,
they get lost.
Yeah, because who was your first concert? You talk about like growing up watching those. Do you remember your first one?
Honestly, I think
or any early one.
I was gonna say my earliest one was probably Dierks Bentley and Miranda.
Oh, I think I went and saw that tour back in the day. Yeah.
Yes, and I saw them at the BOK. And obviously I grew up in the era of like Taylor stuff, so I know we would go to all of her stuff growing up. But like I loved Miranda, still do.
Yeah.
But I begged my parents for those tickets, and I was like the 9-year-old in the Dierks Bentley concert.
Yeah.
And my sister, I remember her getting so mad because there was like my cousin, she's much older than us, but she was like, I love Dierks Bentley, and my sister was like 8. She was like, I'm gonna marry him, and I was like, he's married. No, you're not. But yeah, we love his music.
Yeah, I remember seeing him like when Drunk on a Plane and that era came out. Like when you'd come out in the pilot outfit, you know?
Yeah.
Like those were good times.
Good times. Yeah. And Miranda had like the shotgun microphone.
Yep.
I don't know if you remember that.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. She was such a baddie. She still is. But those were some of my first like memories of stuff.
Next time we do our Bro Country night, which will probably be before the end of the year in the fall, we will definitely have you play.
Yes.
'Cause that night was bombastic.
I know. I was so sad I missed it. I was playing another show and Callie was like, "Are you coming?"
Yeah, I mean, it was CMA Fest week too. Like there was a lot going on, but I mean, yeah, it was chaos. And normally when we do the Butt Rock nights, when we're covering like Creed and Nickelback and all of that with the house band, those songs are all like 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Bro Country Bangers don't go more than 3:15. So we had like 40 songs. We had to fill 3 hours.
That's so fun, though. The pictures looked amazing. Avery and them were cracking me up.
Yeah, because that's it. It's like you can dress the girls. I think Grace Tyler maybe posted it like a text thread with some of the other girls and was like, "Are we getting cute or are we dressing like bros?" And they all went like bros, which I thought was perfect.
That's hilarious.
I had a pair of jorts. I had my FGL baseball jersey.
No.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's my kind of night. Yeah, see.
There you go, Bro Country. That's my
kind
of night.
Exactly.
There you go.
You can't even get away from it.
Yeah, so what are you hoping people feel when they listen to Pretty Psycho? Like what's your goal for how you want folks to, and again, it's all subjective to where everybody's going to feel something different, but what's kind of, I know you've talked about like windows down type of thing.
Yes.
But what do you hope people are getting from listening to your first project?
Yeah, I just like we just talked about all those songs, like they're easy listens. It's like you can just turn them on and jam. And like obviously I want them to listen to the lyrics and stuff, but I just want it to be like a vibe. Like I want them to have fun. The world's so freaking crazy in times.
Yeah.
Like, just enjoy it.
Isn't it nice that we work in like this musical bubble?
Yes, it's
like
very nice.
We're not having to pay attention to the 24-hour news cycle or any of that stuff. Like we're here trying to just create things and then support our friends who are also creating things.
Yes.
Like I love being in our bubble. It sucks sometimes because there's like you miss stuff about back home and like you miss your friends and family, your loved ones. We were talking about the bagels earlier, my food. Like there's things that I miss, but it's like how crazy the world is. We get to be a part of something that brings people emotion and feeling for a positive way.
Yeah.
Like music is so important. And I feel like it's more important than it's ever been because people are in such a weird place.
I know. And it's just kind of nice to like turn something on and you're like, this is just happy. Like you don't even maybe know why, or like maybe you're just kind of like vibing with it. But I was like at Nissan the other night just watching people that weren't in music and how much they just love it.
Oh, it's
like,
their escape.
It's so cool to watch.
Yeah.
Like they just eat it up, and it doesn't matter what artist was playing because you know some people were there for specific artists. They're all just vibing to everything.
Yeah.
And I just like I put this EP. I was like, I just want it to be fun. I want it to be my personality because I'm just like I love like upbeat stuff and I love to joke, and I'm like I just want it to be a good old time.
Yeah. That's
So,
awesome. And something I wanted to bring up too, I wanted to thank you for being such an ambassador to our brand. Like when I think of guys or girls or musicians or whatever that have worn Raise Rowdy hats on stuff, you've been one of our people that like you rock that camo hat so much. And if it weren't for folks like yourself, like we're so big on being early adopters and being there for when guys and girls first come to town. So like seriously, if it weren't for like you and your squad, like we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. You know, like you guys have such an impact on us. We always get told like, thank you guys so much. And I'm like, if it weren't for you guys writing the songs and playing the songs and putting out great stuff for us to talk about, then Nick and I wouldn't have anything to do. You know, I'd still be bouncing or babysitting people as a tour manager. You know, like it'd be a different type of thing. But seriously, I'm so excited for this project to get out there to the world. And
thank you so much.
I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome I can't wait for you to start seeing people using the sounds when they're on their boats.
I know.
Or when they're cruising in their trucks, or they're hanging out in the bed of the truck, or they're having those farm parties, all that kind of stuff. Like it's gonna be a soundtrack to somebody's summer, like FGL and Aldine were for yours.
Yes, I know. That's Tom Becci over at Sony was talking to me about that. He was like, these are like gonna be awesome sounds. And I was like, yes, that is the world we live in. And so I'm like so thankful for that. But yeah, we're thankful for y'all too. We really do appreciate you. And I love that camo hat. I wear it all the time.
Well, we're gonna get you. We're coming out with we have some new stuff coming in. We're finally getting into like the custom headwear, like how this is which one? Yeah. This is like an auto stock hat. We're getting into where it's gonna say Raise Rowdy on the inside and stuff.
Cool.
We're finally getting there, you know. Like Nick and I, we're getting somewhere, you know. We're like, I think he said the other day we're 89% legit. You know, like
There
it's like
you
every
go.
day you get more and more legit. And
Hey, you know what? You go until you make it. And
yeah,
like,
and I
y'all are
kind of
doing
like
awesome.
not being 100% legit because then it's just more fun that way.
I was gonna say, is anyone ever 100% legit?
No, then they're not having fun.
Exactly. You're
They're
not
not having
experimenting.
fun.
He was cracking me up with his post the other day because he posted the shirt, like the new shirts for the festivals or something. The camo ones.
Oh, the camo with like the college text.
Yeah.
Those are
And-
gonna go hard.
Yeah, and he puts, "Don't ask me to save you one," and I was so close to being like, "Hey, can you save me one?" Just to like pick at him.
Yeah, because we're bringing those out. We're at like 15 festivals this summer. Like I'm
Yes.
basically on tour again. Like I used to be a TM and a merch guy. Like that's what Ike and I are just gone. Nick's coming to some of them. He picks and chooses. You know,
Yeah.
he's a few years older than I am, so it's like we can't wear him out. You know, and he says
Can't
that.
wear 'em out.
But the ones that he goes to are like the 4-day, multi-day ones, and it's like you see what I do at the festivals.
Yeah.
We were at Rock the Country together, and you see what Ike does. Nick's role, you're gonna love this. He goes by the title we call VC, and that
Okay.
stands for Vibes Concierge.
Okay, I can see that.
Nick is just vibes. Somebody's not having the best day, Nick goes over and brings the vibes up.
Oh.
Somebody's having the time of their life, Nick enhances the vibes even more.
I love
He's
him.
he's just like the fun big brother, the funkle. Like he just goes out there and just has fun.
He's awesome, like the sweetest person. But yeah, he was cracking me up, and y'all were so much fun. We were exhausted, like even sitting there, even though we didn't get to play. Like there's so much that goes into
So much
it.
chaos, and
Yeah.
and you guys had gotten all the way out there, and then you had something back in Oklahoma after that, right?
Yes, yeah. So we had to head out, and I was like, then the streets were flooded. It was like a whole thing.
Yeah.
It was crazy, but we had so much fun. But I can't imagine what y'all are feeling like, because
I mean, but there's worse things I could be doing. Like I
True.
said, I moved here and I was babysitting drunks and taking fake IDs from kids on Broadway when I first got here.
I was shocked you didn't take mine at some point. I guess by that point you were already doing Raise Rowdy, but
Yeah, I mean, I have a collection. I should start bringing them to the podcast studio because it's like my party trick at the house when my boys come down from New York or somebody's staying, one of my roommates' friends or whatever. I pull out. I've probably got like 300 or 400 IDs.
Oh my
and I only
gosh.
bounced for a year.
that's hilarious.
I've got every state.
I can like confidently say I never had mine taken, which was so
What
nice.
state was it?
It was Oklahoma. Okay, I don't know if this is like right, but they told me to do mine in my home state. And then I'm like, isn't that like wrong to do?
Did it have your address?
Yes.
Okay, so away the shout out. We're gonna reveal some behind the curtain bouncer secrets here.
I'm
Shout-
23 now.
Yeah, no. She is well of age. She is allowed to have that surf side. We are good. Gracee is well above age. We're talking about the past. Ex post facto. We're good. But something that we would do, and my roommate at the time, Dakota, taught me this. And I was like, isn't it a little weird to do this? But he's like, no, man, this is how we're going to get him. You have a college kid, and you ask him, hey, can I see your Facebook real quick?
Oh.
See that about.
See, I started music so young. My Facebook said I was 47 because it was my mom's birthday.
Yeah, we would have said, oh, this girl, no way. And I would have had a Gracee Shriver, Oklahoma ID in my back pocket. Because we looked at him like you're killing a deer, like it's a 10 or a 12-point buck. Like I got a fake green card from Venezuela one time. Yeah, it's at the house.
They went deep.
I'll send you a picture for it. Yeah, well, it was somebody from international. So like, how as an 18-year-old living in Central America, how am I gonna drink with my friends on this trip to America?
A fake green card.
I'm gonna have my real one to use at TSA, but I'm gonna have one that says I'm of legal drinking age to party.
That's
And
hilarious.
now it's in my binder at my house.
No, I had two, and I will say I probably just because I was like, please, but they like the guys would look at it and be like, go have fun, which I won't rat them out.
Yeah,
or
and
what.
it depends which bar too, because
Yeah.
Nashville's just so strict. Like
They are.
you can get into a bar in Tuscaloosa or Statesboro, Georgia, with a Pokemon card. Like they don't care at
Yeah.
all down there. It's
Yeah.
a different world. Or Stillwater too. You know, it's a different type of thing.
They don't care.
Have you done the ice shot thing?
I have not. No, but
I did it.
everyone else
I did it with a shot of water. We went
Okay.
out to Cat Fry. Nikki T was just slamming.
He's hilarious. Okay,
I don't know if
yeah.
they know about that. Explain what tavern is that at? It's at one of the bars like in the heart, like near campus.
Yeah, what bar is the ice shots at? He's from that area too.
Yeah, there's a bar. It's
I don't even know if
Is
I've
it
been
Willie's? might be Willie's or something with a W.
I think it was the one that I played at that one time. I don't know. If you
Very
went there or
small
not.
stage. It's
Very
like where
small.
Garth used to play like his early
Yes.
shows before they had him at the Tumbleweed.
I did around there one time, and I was probably like 15, so I probably wasn't doing that.
Yeah, there's like, but I remember when we were out there for Calf Fry, we went out. We went
Yes.
out there the night before the festival started.
That's hilarious.
And
Yeah,
we're just
it's
slamming ice on the ground. People had their dogs in there. It was a whole like not even on the leash. They were just bar dogs
No.
walking around.
that town is like purely revolves around tumbleweed and the school.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing else
Yeah.
out there, which I love it for that.
Yeah,
but-
Sig's inside at whatever bar that was. Not
Yeah.
at the Tumbleweed anymore, but like there's. It's
very
wild.
old school like that.
It's really cool. Have you gotten to play at the Tumbleweed since it's all been going?
So actually, they were reaching out to me the other day because they were like, "You're old enough to like come in here now."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, I gotta go back." So I always went to Half Fry, but I think we're gonna go out later this year to Tumbleweed.
That'd be
and
awesome.
Do all that. Yeah.
That'd be so full circle for you
Yes,
too.
I know. Yeah, growing up going there was so fun, and all those guys are they're great, and so always been supportive.
Yeah, it's funny. I have a bunch of Tumbleweed and Calf Fry merch from like years past because whenever bands go through there, they hook them up with venue merch.
Yeah.
But if there's leftover Calf Fry shirts or outside city limit shirts or any of those, they just give them to the band. Like, hey, you said you were a size medium. I got this 2016 Calf Fry shirt. You want it?
Wait, I
Like from the
love
back
that.
stuff. So yeah, like I have one from when like Coetzel and Parker and Turnpike all played in like
Oh my gosh.
2018, I think it was.
I was gonna say I saw Parker play one time. I think it was more like 21 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
best set I saw there from the one festival that I went to was Wyatt headlined the I think it was Treaty Oak headlined Thursday, Wyatt headlined
Okay.
Friday, and then Ian Munsick headlined Saturday.
That was recent.
That was last year.
Okay, I was gonna say yeah.
That was last year, and Wyatt just being the hometown kid.
Yeah.
Playing like watching him headline Friday night, and you could see how emotional he was getting because
Oh.
my first time meeting Wyatt was when I was working for Trey Lewis, and
Okay.
Wyatt was the local opener.
Wait, that's
It was
crazy.
Wyatt and I forget. I don't think it was one of the current members of his band, but it was one of the kids of the Great Divide.
Okay.
Like somebody, because his dad is buddies grew up with the Great Divide guys.
Okay, cool.
Like it's so Stillwater,
Yeah,
you know?
it's so Stillwater.
And it's wild and it's crazy. So we got the project coming out. We got some shows coming out. What are the big
Yeah.
goals now? It's crazy to believe we're halfway through 2026.
I know. Yeah, I think honestly, like, I'm taking like. Obviously going on tour like with a major artist would be awesome.
Yeah.
And so pushing for that. We've done a lot of I do opening stuff, but being like solidified on one. And then I think my ultimate goal would be like stepping into the circle
Yeah.
at the Opry. Like that would be freaking awesome. I think the day I do that, I'll be like, okay. Like, you know, like that's just such a bucket list thing. So little things like that I'm just praying for and working towards.
That's awesome. Well, you're well on your way.
I'm trying.
And it's gonna happen when it's supposed to. Like we said at
Yeah.
the start of this, like everybody's journey's different.
Yes.
Everybody, it could be somebody that catches a bunch of social media buzz and then they already have success before they move here. It could be somebody that grinds for years. It could be somebody that's independent. Like I look at my Muscadine Bloodline guys and they're
Yeah.
independent pioneers or Treaty Oak. They're independent. Like
So
everybody's
awesome.
journey's different. And it's like you're running a race and it's a long ass marathon,
It
a
is a
long journey.
marathon.
But if you ever been to a horse race, they have blinders on when they're running.
Exactly.
You got to have that. And you look around to support your friends and see what's going on and get ideas and collaborate with people. But it's important to just be the best version of yourself
1,000,000%.
that you can be.
You
know?
gotta have the blinders
and
for
be,
sure.
And be authentic and do what you want to do. And I'm so excited for you and so
I
glad that we got
appreciate
to
it.
do this and look forward to having you on more stuff in town.
Yes.
Bro Country, anything we can ever do, you know, your family.
Bro
So-
Country Night. Yeah.
yeah, you pick out whatever FGL or whatever song you want to do and be awesome. And look forward to having you on. We got to get you on another Raise Rowdy stage.
I
too,
know
with
we
our
got to do
festival.
that soon. That would be so fun.
We'll do that. Maybe we'll end up doing something in Oklahoma next year. We can have
There
you
we
have you out there do a
go.
little hometown tie-in.
Exactly.
That
That'd
could
be
be
so
sick.
fun. I
That's
love
awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for
really
having me.
appreciate you. We'll get you hooked up with a bunch of merch too. I'm going to send you home with some Surfside. You can bring it on the boat.
There you go, and we'll use the sound, and I won't have to just wear the same camo hat.
Yeah,
anymore.
we'll get you decked out, and I've got more merch at the house. We got a full line of new stuff. We'll get you and the team all hooked up with that. But
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you. Y'all be sure to go check out our girl Gracee Shriver, new project, Pretty Psycho. You're gonna want to bump it. They're bangers for the summer of 2026. Go jam it out when you're on the boat, riding around in the truck, or just hanging out, having a cup of coffee. Go stream the stuff, and be sure to check out the rest of the catalog as well. And thank you again so much for coming on.
Appreciate y'all.
For my girl Gracee, I'm Matt Burrill. This has been Outside the Round.
I ain't never been the kind for staying one place for too long. I ain't never been the best at saying I love you to a girl I love. Only got a couple tricks on my sleeve. They usually just